I'm going to talk about my Node project, LIRI JS file, where we actually run 4 command line prompts through the terminal. Here in this case we actually have 4 functions. One is to call a movie, called movie this. The next one is called concert this, which pulls up the next available event for a particular musician or band. There's Spotify this song, which pulls up information from Spotify about a particular song title. And the final one is do what it says, which actually opens a random text file, something like this, and actually runs one of the 3 previous examples. For this case, this random text says Spotify this song Bohemian Rhapsody, which would actually go ahead and go into Spotify and pull up the information about Bohemian Rhapsody. Now, as this thing works, you actually go into terminal prompt, look up all your all the dependencies in the JSON file. Here we're going to be using axios.env, moment, and the Node Spotify API. So if we go in terminal and run a simple search, type node LIRI.js. We'll do movie this, and we'll use fast and furious. Not sure it'll pull up. I think it might be Fast and Furious, but let's see. Oh, nope. We'll be able to pick one up. Fast and Furious 6, actually. It gives you the title of the movie, the year it was released, the IMDb rating, the Rotten Tomatoes rating, the countries that produced it, seems to be quite a few, the language, seems to be quite a few in there, plot, and the actors. What also happens is when you run each command, it actually logs this information into a log file called log.txt. If you're going to pull it up, you'll actually see the same information here. This program actually includes the day and time that command was run, along with the command movie this and the title. For some reason, this is not actually including the whole thing, but it should have said Fast and Furious. I think because I actually put an ampersand as opposed to typing out or didn't type an ampersand. Yeah, ampersand it didn't figure out, so it just pulled up the next one. I assumed if I was to type in something like and we'll also go ahead and put the here it'll actually do it'll actually put in all the full title that I typed in as opposed to just part of it. And as you notice, it actually goes ahead and appends the information, which is the first movie, at the end of the log file, along with the day and time that it actually ran the command. Next function is concert this. So what we do is node LIRI.js concert this, and see who's playing. I'll try Shine Down. See if they're playing anywhere. Yep, and it actually goes ahead and lists the venue that they're actually playing, the Illinois State Fairgrounds, the location of the event, which would be Springfield, Illinois, in the United States, and the date of the event, August 17th. And again, it actually went ahead and appended all that information up to the file. So let's see if I can do The next one is Spotify, this song. So if you go ahead and node LIRI.js, Spotify, this song, and we'll just use Thunderstruck. And here we go, we have the artist name, which is AC/DC, song title, Thunderstruck, the album that's on, and a preview link from Spotify. So if you were to actually hit Command click, or on Windows you would actually hit Control click, you can actually open it. I think you could probably right click on this too, and it will actually, well, no, I wouldn't actually because you're in the terminal. But you can see that it actually goes ahead and pulls up information about that song in Spotify. Now, the next fourth final one is do what it says. So, if we go ahead and type in the same thing, I want to clear this. What it says. It'll actually pull up the information about the song we have listed here, which is Bohemian Rhapsody. The album was released, the album it's on, and again, another preview link from Spotify along with the artist's name. The thing about this random text is you can actually change either of these lines and it will actually still function. Of course, this part actually has to be one of the four commands, whether one of the three previous exams, whether it's movie this, concert this, or Spotify this song. So for example, Bohemian Rhapsody is actually a movie too, so I can go ahead and change that, save the file, go back here, go to the log, run the same command again, and it'll actually pull up information about the movie Bohemian Rhapsody. And again, if I was to do concert this, and just say, let's go with the Queen theme here. We can just use Almost Queen, which is a Queen cover band, I believe. And go ahead and run the same command. And you can see down here, it actually shows them where it's going to be, the venue, location, and date of event. Excellent. What is also nice, and you can actually see in this log file, I went ahead and logged in information. Unfortunately, when you do what it says, it doesn't give you the command. It just runs the command that it was supposed to run. It doesn't give you the information that's actually in random text. I'm sure there's a way you can actually put that in there, but for now, I'm just going to leave that out. And also, the way I have this coded is that it doesn't matter which argument or how long the song title or movie title is, it'll actually still go ahead and pull up the information. So for example, I wanted to do a long song title that I know about. Spotify, this song title, this song. And notice I'm not putting any quotes, although in some cases you can actually go ahead and put quotes around the song because you want to pass this as the third index of this particular command line. Or actually it's technically the fourth, but it's the third index in the argument vector. So you encapsulate all this information in quotation marks, and we'll go ahead and treat it as one big argument and run the file. If you do that, and it's a pain because then you actually have to go ahead and run certain commands to actually remove the quotation marks. You'll actually have to do some array manipulation, both to treat it as you want to split it and then make it one big string and join it again. And sometimes you have to join it with a plus sign. But the way I have this coded is, and what's good about the Spotify API is that it's not necessary to actually do anything special with it, because you require quotes, whether single or double, around the song title, and it requires that you leave spaces in between the song title and between the words in the song title, and it'll still read it and function properly. For the other commands, concert this and Spotify, concert this and movie this. Movie this is pretty laxed. You don't really require to actually do anything special. Again, you can just run it and it will actually go ahead and with spaces, and it'll go ahead and pull the information. Concert this, it's the same way, although when you run it from the random text, you do have to do some manipulation, being that this particular format is actually an array. We actually split it here at the comma, green array, so there's two different elements in the array. You want to call the second array, but when you do that, the Bands in Town API has problems reading this format. And by this, I mean it actually includes, when you do it this way, you actually includes the double quotation marks. So first thing you have to do is you have to split this up on the space, then join it back together with a plus sign, and then you have to do a replace to remove the quotation marks in order for it to work. For some reason, OMDB doesn't really care. It actually ignores any quotation marks. Spotify, again, doesn't really care because you require quotation marks when you run the function to call a song in Spotify. So that's really not an issue, but Bands in Town does require some manipulation around the array and the string. So getting back to the Spotify, this song, I believe the song title is Several Species of Small Furry Animals gathered in a cave and moving with a pit. And as we know, it's from the band Pink Floyd. Of course, they would have a song like that. It's from their album Amalgama, and again, preview link. And here you can see, oh, there it is in the log.